Howdy, everybody. I am back. It is Spencer, or Phoenix Night Flame, however you want to consider it. I know it's been a while since my last video, I think about 8 months or so. Just haven't had the time, having multiple jobs, juggling those things. Also, there hasn't been a really lot to talk about, at least in my opinion, for me, I guess. But now, obviously, with the release of the final trailer for Rise of Skywalker, which was released this past Monday, October 21st. It is 12:46 on October 26th is when this video is filming. This is a theory video, so I'm trying to timestamp it in essence to make sure that people realize I'm not just trying to copy somebody else's theory. Now, maybe I still am. Maybe somebody else has already come up with this theory that I'll be explaining later on. But there you go. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen many theory videos, at least as of right now, at least that this type of the theory that I'm portraying, I haven't seen a video or somebody talking about this. I don't go on Reddit all that much. I'm usually on YouTube or Twitter, so you can follow me there. You can follow me at YouTube, Phoenix Night Flame, or just search on Twitter. I just created a full Twitter account for this channel and stuff. So just look up Phoenix Night Flame on Twitter as well. But first off, this is going to be a trailer reaction video. Then we're going to get into the two ideas. First one is how Palpatine survived, and then third is how the film will end and such, and how I think that they can wrap it up without completely destroying the legacy of Anakin Skywalker. It's still going to be damaged and stuff, but this might be enough to lessen the blow, at least. So first off, trailer reaction. When I saw it, obviously Monday night during halftime of Monday Night Football game, and I was left kind of hollow about it because it looked and sounded amazing. I mean, John Williams did a fantastic job with the score. I mean, the music was amazing. It made me gave me chills, all that. It looked really cool. The visuals were spectacular, all that stuff. I mean, the Star Destroyer rising out of the ice or the fog or whatever that was, or the dirt. The shot with Rey and Kylo Ren on the wreckage of what appears to be the Death Star, with the voiceover, no one really knows who I am, and then Kylo coming out of the crashing wave surf, saying "I do." That was a fantastic shot. But that's what you can say about JJ. He does, and to be honest, even about Last Jedi with Rian Johnson, their films looked amazing. Last Jedi, obviously the plot and stuff was just bad and stuff. It just wrecked pretty much all the setups for that TFA had left. But let's get past that. You've probably seen or heard a ton of videos about that sort of stuff, but I will point out the one line in the trailer that I thought was really, really interesting was Luke's first line of dialogue in the trailer, when he talks about confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi.
Confronting fear is the destiny of a Jedi.
I think that's a direct shot at Rian Johnson for how he treated Luke's character in The Last Jedi and stuff. So there you go. I think that was a really neat little line that he kind of threw in there because, I mean, Luke was just not Luke in The Last Jedi, so hopefully we get to see actual Luke Skywalker in this one. But there you go. I mean, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be. I'm still going to go see the film opening weekend. My brother has a birthday right around that time, so the last couple of times with the Saga films, he's been home. I take him to go see him because birthday present, that sort of thing. It's a little tradition, so we keep it going. So I'm going to go see the film. I'm not going to be one of the people who boycott it and stuff. If you do, that's your choice, whatever. But I'm not going to do it and stuff. I'm going to go see it. I've lived Star Wars for 20 plus years, so I'm going to go see it. I want to see how it ends. I do. So there's that. There's the trailer reaction video, or not video, but explanation, stuff like that. Moving on to the second part of this video is how did Palpatine survive? I honestly think, I mean, I'm sure other people, anybody who's read the EU and stuff, they can point this out. I mean, it's going to be essentially a straight ripoff of Dark Empire, the Dark Empire comics, in which Palpatine has essentially Force essence transferred. Just before he died down the reactor shaft of the Death Star 2, he detached his Force spirit from his physical body and sent it somewhere and stuff. That's what happened in the in those comics, and I think that's what they're going to do there, because it's just going to be easy enough to explain. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, he detached his spirit just before his physical body perished. It kind of ties into the Yoda line from Empire, where crude bodies of matter we are not, we are luminous beings of the Force. Or that's
luminous beings, so we not
stuff
this
in it. I mean,
crude matter.
And all that. We know in the new comics that we know that dark side users have the ability to latch their Force spirits onto items and use that to possess people. I think they're going to probably do something similar, but it's not going to be a pure Force ghost, which is essentially for light side users, but the spirits and stuff, malignant spirits, that sort of thing. And I think that's also how they're going to explain Snoke. Snoke is going to be a possession or a puppet controlled by Palpatine, and all that. I mean, it's just a quick and easy way to explain it. It really is, especially considering I don't think that they were planning on bringing Palpatine back in Episode 9 until Rian Johnson killed Snoke off. So I think that this is just a quick and easy way. I mean, you explain away his deformities, because the body, like the physical body, wasn't strong enough to control Palpatine's power, harkening back to essentially when Palpatine addresses the Galactic Senate in Revenge of the Sith, saying the attack on my life just left me scarred and deformed, when it was really his own power that deformed him. I mean, when his Sith lightning is reflected back by Mace Windu, it's the one that deforms him. It's his own power. That's like the dark side. It corrupts. It disfigures everything. Gives you a taste of power, but it always takes from you something else. So I think that they tie that in that way. And I mean, it's an easy, quick little fix and stuff like that, and such. And I mean, it fixes a few holes left by previous films. So and the reason he's looking, and I think Palpatine, one of the main plots of this film is going to be Palpatine looking for the next body in which to inhabit. He's running out of time. In Dark Empire, he kept trying to jump through clone and clone. It just never worked the original way, like as his original body, because it's not his original body. He's jumping from clone to clone, stuff like that. Even if they're younger clones, they quickly burn out, stuff like that. And then he tries to possess Anakin Solo, an infant Anakin Solo, the grandson of Anakin Skywalker. And at the end, and he's thinking that the Force power that Anakin Solo has will be enough to stabilize, and he'd be able to use that body for and live longer than just with the clone body. I don't know about live forever, but that sort of thing. So I think they're going to try and do that also with Kylo Ren / Ben Solo and Rey. I think he's going to try and either possess one of those two. Maybe Matt Smith is a younger clone of Palpatine that is deteriorating, and he has to draw somebody in or whatever. Maybe something like that. And I think that's what I think he's going to do. I think he's going to try and do that, or he's found some way to siphon off the Force energies of other beings to bolster his own physical form and stuff. Maybe because the line in the trailer is like, "You coming together will be your undoing," and maybe that's why he needs both of them. He needs both Kylo Ren / Ben Solo and Rey, and he's going to siphon off their Force powers to bolster his own physical body so he can live longer, all that stuff. I mean, we've seen people be able to do that, even at least in Legends. I know it's not a person, but in Courtship of Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker is mortally injured by someone, and he's getting almost about to die, but the Force essentially speaks to him, and he's able to almost draw its Force energy out of the plants and the animal life around him, and it bolsters his own strength. It's somewhat of a light side ability. He uses it for good, but I mean, obviously, there's probably a dark side person able to do it, and I wouldn't be surprised if Palpatine does it. So, I mean, it's Palpatine. Palpatine can do pretty much anything, and all that. So, I think that's how they're going to bring Palpatine back. He's a clone or possession, Force spirit that has possessed somebody. He's looking to regain a physical form of his own, whether through in possessing Kylo Ren or Rey, or siphoning off their own abilities into this new cloned body that he has. So there you go. And then final thing is going to be with this video is, how is Rise of Skywalker going to end? And how will it end without hopefully destroying the entire legacy of Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One? I haven't read fully the leaks. I really don't want to. I've seen quite a few of them on, but I kind of like, they kind of go in one ear out the other sort of thing. I'm trying to keep my head clear of them. So I think this is my theory. This is my theory of how it could end without completely ruining Anakin Skywalker's legacy of being the Chosen One, but still kind of add in some different elements. I think you can have obviously the final battle between the Palpatine, Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, and Rey. You're going to have those three combatants. Palpatine is not whooping them, but he's winning. He's more powerful. He has either siphoned off some energy or from the two or whatever. He's winning. He's winning. All of a sudden, Ben is wounded. Ben is hurt, struggling. He is kind of not fully redeemed himself, but he's like teetering on the very edge, and such. And then all of a sudden you're going to have the Force ghosts of Anakin, Luke, and Leia, who I think will be dead at this point in the film. They're going to appear to him. So it's all the Skywalkers. The four Skywalkers. Force-sensitive Skywalkers, I should say. And then the Force ghosts are essentially going to, I guess, sacrifice themselves or give him their energy in order to heal him and help him defeat Palpatine. So he's going to, I don't know about achieve a state of oneness, which is something from the EU and stuff, but he's bolstered by their Force energy, and is able to, and they assist him in defeating the Emperor once and for all, whether that be for actually cutting him down, or maybe even going back to Dark Empire again. Palpatine realizes he's not going to win, but he's so drawn to this Force well of energy that that Ben Solo has now with Luke, Leia, and Anakin's in him. He does another Force essence transfer and is trying to possess Ben. Ben allows him in. In Dark Empire, there's this when Palpatine tries to go possess Anakin Solo, a dying Jedi, I believe Brand, some E something Brand, I cannot recall his name off the top of my head, unfortunately. He's wounded. He sacrifices himself by getting in front of the spirit, taking him in, and then they both die together. He's drawn into the netherworld. Palpatine is drawn into the netherworld of the Force by this other guy, this dying Jedi who sacrifices himself. And I think they could do that with Ben Solo. So Ben essentially either defeats Palpatine himself with the help of his Anakin, Luke, and Leia, or he draws him in and then dies because of it. But he draws Palpatine's spirit into the netherworld of the Force with him, essentially ending the Skywalker bloodline. But also, instead of the Chosen One just being Anakin, the Skywalker bloodline is the Chosen One. It is the chosen bloodline of the Force that will bring balance. So it's all four of the Skywalker bloodline, Force-sensitive bloodline, that bring about the end of the dark side of Palpatine. Now, I don't know. It's not perfect. It's all going to come down to execution, all that stuff. But I think that could work. It could, because you're not completely destroying Anakin Skywalker's legacy, but because he did defeat one of the bodies. You hope you have Luke and Leia kind of redeem themselves a little bit in this. Ben Solo is redeemed, but he still dies. So it's not like it's very similar to how his grandfather ended, but it ends the Skywalker bloodline, and this is supposedly the end of the Skywalker Saga. So how are you going to have? You have to end the Skywalker somehow. You might as well do it in a way where they all come together and defeat this enemy that has been there throughout the entire 9 films, apparently. You bring in together from the prequels, the originals, and the sequels, all 3 components of the Skywalker bloodline together that defeats Palpatine. So I think that could work. I don't know if anybody at Disney is creative enough to have come up with something like that. We don't know. I almost hope it does, because then I can say, yay, cool, but it's all going to come down to execution. I really do think everything comes down to execution. Even Last Jedi, it had bits and parts. It had the potential to be a very good film, but the execution was shit. I hope I don't get demonetized. Well, I'm not making this for money, so who cares? And stuff. But there you go. I think that's how, at least that's gonna. And then I think one of the final scenes is going to be essentially, we've heard that Rey is going to take on the Skywalker name. I think she is. I think she's going to do it to take on, like, to honor those who sacrificed and defeated Palpatine. She's going to, I mean, we've heard that she might be the granddaughter of Palpatine, so she's going to shed her Palpatine last name and take on the Skywalker last name as a way to honor them. And it could work. I do think that the final scene will be kind of a mirror of Luke seeing the twin sons, because we've heard rumors that, like, one of the last scenes is going to be Rey bearing artifacts or mementos of Luke and Leia, and maybe even Ben, at the Lars homestead on Tatooine, and then someone comes up to her and says, "Who are you?" and she says, "Rey Skywalker," and stuff, and then fade to black or whatever like that. If that how it ends, okay, I can understand that, but you kind of want her to earn it. And it's like, okay, if she's just taking on the name to honor these people, it's like, okay, I can kind of get that. But I guess, yeah, that's how I think it's going to go. We're going to see December 20th or 19th or 20th, depending on when you go see it. But that's the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please let me know. Hit the like or subscribe button. Leave a comment below if you like it, or maybe what your theories are of how this film's going to be, if you're even going to go see it. Until next time, though, this is Spencer, or Phoenix Night Flame, signing out, and Force will be with you always, and bring back actual X-Wings. The thing in the trailer, that I don't know if that was an X-Wing. It looked like one, but it didn't look like it had two wings. Come on, it looked like a headhunter, except with dual blaster cannons on the wing. Like, whatever. But, yep, till next time, have a good day, and see you around.